I'm an RV technician, and I go undercover at dealerships to review RVs for quality. In today's review, I'm going to be looking at a 2024 Jayco North Point fifth wheel. This is their 382 FLRB floor plan. There's some ways they cheaped out on this RV and sneaky things they've done that are hard to detect that will cause problems later down the road. The water heater on this RV is a typical Suburban brand tank type water heater. I give these 10 out of 10 points. How you plan to use your RV can determine whether this is a good choice or not. If you want to know more about what's going to be a good appliance for you in your camping style, go check out my free quiz on my website. This RV has a typical membrane type roof, which I give 8 out of 10 points. Membrane type roofs are more susceptible to a tree branch poking a hole in it and having a water leak that you don't detect and causing wood rot in the decking. But if you maintain them well, they can last for many, many years. The big problem you have to watch out for with membrane type roofs is that if they're not installed correctly at the factory, roof bubbles, which are a manufacturing defect, can lead to the whole roof ripping off of your RV while you drive down the highway. This is why I always recommend having even new RVs inspected by an independent third-party inspector. Check out rigorrvinspection.com to find my network of inspectors that I trust and work with. The air conditioners on this fifth wheel are Coleman Mach, which in my experience as a technician I've had to replace a lot of that lost their refrigerant prematurely. I give these 7 out of 10 points. Next, let's look at the refrigerator choice on this RV. And I was happy to see a full residential, like 120 volt, not 12 volt, residential refrigerator, which is very good quality, and I give 10 out of 10 points. One thing to keep in mind is that if you're traveling long distances and you've got your refrigerator full and it's running off the battery, if you don't have enough battery capacity and solar to run the refrigerator for long trips, you can wind up with a dead battery when you get to your destination, which can cause a lot of other problems. You should get my free Don't Get Stranded checklist on my website, which talks about some of the ways you can avoid breaking your RV, and dead batteries is one of them. So for longer trips, you really need to plan for enough battery capacity and solar to run your refrigerator and keep your batteries charged so you don't wind up in a sticky situation. For cabinets on this RV, it appears that the doors are a good quality wood that's painted, but the face frames of the cabinets are actually a lumber core material, which is wood on the inside and MDF on the outside, which is covered in a vinyl wrap. But it'll soak up water and cause damage to these cabinets if you splash water or water runs on the floor and runs up against the edge of the cabinets. I give the cabinet quality in this RV 8 out of 10 points. The countertops in this RV, in the kitchen, we've got good quality solid surface countertops. These are going to be very durable and resistant to water. Unfortunately, in the bathrooms, as nice and luxurious as this like corner bathroom sink configuration looks, what they put on top with the countertops is just junk with plastic on it. It's literally MDF, like cardboard, with plastic on it. That's what thermofoil is. If you want to be able to tell the difference between high quality countertops that will last and the cheap imitation, you should check out my RV shopping course. My RV shopping course covers the quality of all the major components and includes a mobile web app you can use to grade RVs just like I'm doing in today's review. The total score I give for the countertops in this RV would be 6 out of 10 points. On the slide outs, I was sad to see their choice of Schwintek slide mechanisms. These things are notorious for not just failing a lot, but also being installed incorrectly. I literally was inspecting an RV last week that's brand new, and the rollers under the slide out were holding 0 weight. Even though it was operating correctly at the time, this is incorrect installation and going to cause it to fail later down the road. These kinds of issues are just rampant in the RV industry, which is why it's important to have a professional inspector who knows what they're looking at with these slide systems confirm that even on a new RV, it was installed correctly before you buy it. I give Schwintek slides a 6 out of 10 point grade. One feature I did like about the frame on this RV is they put an extra tube underneath the I-beam between the I-beam and the leaf spring suspension. Tube actually helps reinforce the frame against left to right movements, which often break frames that have a lot of miles on them. So I would say this like square tube on the bottom of the I-beam is better than RVs that don't have it, but it's not actually totally sufficient to help reduce the chances of things breaking. I would still recommend the MORryde X Factor brace even with this extra tube. The MORryde X Factor brace will help reduce left to right movement of axles and strengthen them so that you don't wind up with stress fractures and cracks. And no, I'm not sponsored by MORryde. I don't actually take any sponsorships on this channel from products or RV manufacturers. I give this frame 10 out of 10 points. And now now we get to talk about plumbing. If you're new here, you might be wondering, why is this guy reviewing the plumbing? Are you ready for an RV industry dirty secret? A lot of RVs are plumbed in such a way that creates water leaks. I'll link to a video playlist at the end of this that explains the problem in detail. Many of the sinks that you look under in this Jayco look to have good plumbing. Unfortunately, where they sneak it in is behind the water heater. People always ask, like, well, how much bad plumbing is there and how hard is it to replumb? It really depends on the type of RV and where the bad connections are. I really couldn't tell you how hard it's going to be without looking at the particular RV in question. If you're shopping for a particular year, make, and model of RV and want me to look closer at how hard it would be to replumb it, or if it has bad plumbing, you can check out my consultation services at undercoverrvshopper.com. Because it has bad plumbing in it, I have to give this RV 0 out of 10 points. Fit and finish category. This RV was very beautiful. I didn't see any defects, so I give it 10 out of 10 points. So the total aggregate score on this RV would be 75 points. Now keep in mind it lost 10 points just on the plumbing category. Because of the bad plumbing, I actually give this an automatic F. I would suggest shopping for a different RV that actually already has good plumbing, because you can definitely get them for this much money. Click here if you want to watch me go undercover to review more fifth wheel RVs, or click here for a playlist that explains the plumbing problem in detail.